A real tribute to the coaches, real tribute to the players in the circle right here. I've told you this before, I'm going to tell you again, I'm proud to be in the circle with you.
7 days after they had their 11-game winning streak snapped in New York, the Cowboys bounced back with a win at home to snap Tampa Bay's 5-game winning streak. Even more important is that a loss by New York on Thursday night allowed the Cowboys to not only win the NFC East, but secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
It's going to be hard. In the NFL, it's hard every week, every snap. Way to respond the right way. How do you respond? Rod Marinelli's question the combine. How do you respond? I know how we respond. Enjoy this one, guys. Get your eyes forward. We got challenges ahead. It's a hell of a job. It's one we can build on. Come on over here. Yeah, it's Dallas Cowboys on 3. Make it loud. 1, 2, 3. Dallas Cowboys!
Rookie quarterback Dak Prescott has been working on building his career ever since he started his first game in Week 1, a game the Cowboys lost to the Giants. Since then, Prescott and the Cowboys have won 6 straight at AT&T Stadium, the same number that the team won during the regular season of 2009. Last week, Prescott completed all 10 passes in the first quarter and all 11 passes in the second half.
Earlier in the season, we had some success on the first drive of getting going, me getting some easy completions, some runs hitting, and it's something we wanted to do tonight. We didn't score on the first drive, but had some momentum and kind of carried that out, and just everybody did their job tonight. It was a good teamwork.
Rookie running back Ezekiel Elliott had his finest day, carrying the ball 23 times for a career-high 159 yards. Elliott scored a touchdown in the second quarter.
And they're going to give it to Elliott coming left. There's a big hole from Leary and Smith. And Elliott walks the dog and jumps into the Salvation Army red kettle.
Elliott wasn't fined by the league for jumping into the oversized Salvation Army kettle, but it did prompt head coach Jason Garrett to offer some friendly advice.
Keep having fun, but just be mindful of those celebrations. We don't want to put our special teams in a bad situation, because that penalty did move the kickback 15 yards. But I think the kickoff team, they had my back. They covered really well, and the guy, they didn't even get to the 25, so they had my back.
Well, he shouldn't have done it. I thought it was creative, but he shouldn't have done it. And that's how the league is going to rule on those things. And you have to understand what's legal and what's not legal. You can jump into the stands in Green Bay, but you can't jump into Salvation Army bucket in Dallas. You got to be careful about snow angels, all these different things that we do.
The Salvation Army said they saw a dramatic uptick in donations of more than 60% after Elliott's dive into the kettle.
The Salvation Army should give him the highest award. My dream is that the NFL would find the daylights out of me, and I'm going to take them to the Supreme Court, and we're going to get the Salvation Army a lot of notice here.
The Cowboys allowed just 52 yards on the ground. That allowed Dallas to move to the top of the league in rushing yards allowed per game and 4th in fewest points allowed in the league. Defensive end David Irving recorded his first career multi-sack game.
It feels good a little bit, but honestly, we don't care about the recognition. All the noise outside the locker room doesn't really matter to us. We narrow our focus, don't look too far ahead, come back every week like we lost every game, and just keep grinding no matter what we do or how we perform. Our standard is high. This game wasn't good enough. Offense, defense, kicking game, and we're just going to keep performing, keep trying to get better each week.
We've been, making the plays. We had a couple drops in other games. We're getting around the football more, and really, you watch the D-line. The D-line has played unbelievable. They're getting a ton of pressure, causing, forcing the quarterback to throw the ball a little bit early, moving him off his spot, making it hard on them. So the defensive line has played unbelievable.
Special Edition, presented by AT&T, is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The Salvation Army, doing the most good. And by AT&T, mobilizing your world. This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch game today for a chance to win big.
Back to throw. Well protected. Deep to the middle and a sliding catch at the 45 by Bryant.
Wide receiver Des Bryant appears to be back on track. He missed 3 starts earlier this season, but now his health seems to match that of his 2014 season.
I feel good. I feel great. I'm just taking it day by day. I've been taking care of my body, putting the right things in it, and that's been a big key to to me feeling so good and just working hard.
During that 2014 season, Bryant caught 16 touchdowns and topped 1,300 receiving yards on 88 catches. Then came last year. He started just 9 games. This year, his numbers aren't close to that of the 2014 season, but Bryant says the winning and team chemistry has made 2016 his most enjoyable season yet.
Yeah, most enjoyable, and I feel like this is the best I've been, by far. As far as, the knowledge and, everything.
I love Des Bryant, and anybody who's ever had the chance to be around him really just loves him the same because he's such a special person. He's such a relationship-oriented guy. He believes strongly in developing relationships with the people around him. He loves our football team. He loves his teammates. I think he has great respect for our coaches and the people who spend time with him every day. So it's hard not to feel the same way about him. He's certainly been a great player, but more than anything else, it's just his approach every day and how important this team is to him. And so I just think the absolute world of him. I know everybody who's been around him over the last 7 years of the Dallas Cowboys organization feels the same way.
Bryant's energy appears to have been renewed this year thanks to the addition of young players like quarterback Dak Prescott and running back Ezekiel Elliott. And Bryant is keeping pace. Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett says the team walkthroughs are more like run-throughs with Bryant leading the way.
I'm built that way, just because just trying to take advantage of every opportunity, just try to lead by, example, actions, very few words. And, I know some guys, come in feeling it. Some guys, don't. And I just feel like, if your juice is flowing, it'll get contagious, and then everybody else's juices get flowing, and, it can be a great practice. We help each other. We get everybody lifted.
These days, Bryant has 65 touchdowns. He needs just one more to break a tie with Michael Irvin for the second most touchdowns in franchise history. Bob Hayes is the leader with 71. His teammates say Bryant has earned the right to be included in any conversation when the topic is about great receivers in Cowboys history.
I do, and the reason why I say it is I really think we're seeing him peak in his own, and those are some great receivers when you think about competitive, big-time catches, and they're winners and they're champions, and that's the ultimate goal. And I think Dez's understanding of that. I think that's really when it's came into its own the last couple of years. Of he is one hell of a teammate, and he understands that team success is great for everyone.
Tight end Jason Witten's consecutive game streak with a catch ended against Minnesota, and that has allowed Bryant to move up to third on that list with 83 behind Irvin at 117 and Witten at 130.
Again, we don't really look at numbers that much. I know he's an outstanding football player, has been since he's gotten here. He's gotten better and better every year. So much of what he's all about starts with who he is as a person. Very passionate guy, very passionate about our team and about playing football. He loves to play.
We dealing with something that's way much more bigger, than records and all that kind of stuff. We're a football team, and that's the most beautiful thing that we got. We stick we stick with one another throughout the good and the bad.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch game today for a chance to win big. This segment is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas.
3rd and 14, Winston back. Little pressure, hit as he throws it down, intercepted at the 40-yard line, Jeff Heath. 30, Heath to the 22-yard line.
For safety Jeff Heath, Christmas came 1 week early in the form of a fourth-quarter interception against Tampa Bay. Of his 4 career interceptions, 3 have come against the Buccaneers.
It's just a weird coincidence. It really is. It's not like we're doing anything different defensively, just playing the defense, and fortunate a couple balls came my way.
Heath, who is in his 4th year with the team, signed a 4-year contract earlier this year thanks to his play as a backup safety and a big-time contributor on special teams. Heath says he has no preference how he is used as long as they keep calling his name.
Yeah, Jeff's one of those guys who creates opportunities and takes advantage of them. Every time he plays, he seems to do something that really helps our football team. One of our best special teams players, shows up every week. really in all parts of our special teams units. But when he gets a chance on defense, the stat line always reads a couple tackles, he's around the ball, he makes interceptions, and a real tribute to his preparation, the approach he takes every day. He doesn't know when those opportunities are going to come, and he's certainly ready for them. He takes advantage of them. He makes our team better.
I just like being on the field. I want to play as much as possible, so when I can get on the field on defense, it's great. Obviously, I know I have a big role on special teams, and it's kind of the third aspect of the game that a lot of people kind of overlook.
The play of the special teams was big following the kickoff after running back Ezekiel Elliott drew a 15-yard penalty for jumping into the Salvation Army kettle. Despite the penalty, the Buccaneers still had to start their drive at their own 22. At 12-2, Christmas comes at a good time, but a lot of unfinished business remains.
Yeah, this is a fun time of the year. It's exciting for us just because we're winning, but I think our family, everyone around the holidays, we got a lot of family coming in, and they're going to be really excited. But we just got to do a good job at kind of treating this game just like the first game. That's really what's gotten us to this point is our focus and how we work. So, I don't think we want to change anything now.
Heath is one of 2 players from Saginaw Valley State in Michigan currently in the NFL. It's not a hotbed for producing NFL talent, but it was perfect for him.
They run a good program at Saginaw, and it's a D2 school, so it's smaller, but it's ran just like a D1 program. Guys you're held to a high standard there, and we were successful when I was there 3 out of the 4 years. So, I think anywhere you go, if you're winning, you kind of learn how to win, and you learn what it takes to win.
Heath has won 3 awards from the team for his leadership and hard work during the offseason. The players who won were given golf carts during training camp. It's hard work that is starting to pay off.
I put a lot of time into the offseason. I take it very seriously, and I think it's really helped me improve on something each year. So, kind of after the season, I'll just look and see what I need to improve on. What speed-wise, strength, all that stuff.
This segment was brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
The Cowboys' rookie duo of quarterback Dak Prescott and running back Ezekiel Elliott produced another first this past week. Both were chosen to the Pro Bowl, the first time that Dallas had 2 rookies chosen to the elite squad, and the first time in league history that 2 rookie teammates were picked together during the Super Bowl era.
Yeah, it's humbling, but definitely wouldn't be able to do it without this team. Obviously those 3 guys up front that made Pro Bowl. Dez, all my receivers, Cole playing at a high level this year. Zeke, Pro Bowl running back. I've just got great playmakers around me that just allow me to just have fun out there.
It's exciting. It's hard to make a Pro Bowl. It's hard to play football in this league. It's hard to make a team in this league and to be recognized as one of the best at your position in this league. It's very exciting, especially